Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at like a Dark Magician Chaos build. Um, Now, there was actually a new Dark Paladin retrain revealed. We will go over that in a second. But with this deck, this is basically very similar to the Pure Chaos build, except the main difference is like you can play the extra Rod. This is not mandatory. You can choose to play Rod. I think it makes the Link climbing more consistent. And the other thing is we cut Harmonia to play Link Spam. I do think Link Spam, post all of these, and Beyond the Brave specifically, actually is better than Branded. I think Branded is better at the moment because it has like Victim Sanct, you can go Sword Souls, reveal Mind Shuffle, have this like a Spell Speed 4, which is insane. But although like that is very powerful, once we get all the support for this deck, and I'm talking like Overframes plus Beyond the Brave, I think this is better because you have no locks. There's no like Harmonia locks, which means you can consistently just Link Spam the hell out of your opponent and win. And this is something I fear when I play like against a Dark Magician build sometimes. I fear that they play Link Spam because I usually have to use up most of my interruptions, and then they go for this, right? They go Link Spam here, but most of them don't actually play Link Spam. I don't know why. But with the cards they have on the field at that point, like this is what would actually win them the duel. Especially if they go like Medicurious and get everything else, and then they can actually, do some stupid stuff with this. Because on the opponent's turn, on my turn again, he can actually bounce from all my cards with this, for example. So I think this Link Spam is actually better than Branded after we get everything, because this can just replace Harmonia. This is so freaking good. So with this, I can play only Chaos Angel and Crazy Synchro for the Synchros. This just target for Fallen the Virtuous. And then you can easily make this with like Rod plus a Dark Magician. Or you can make it in like some other stuff like Multiplying Karibo plus this. You can make it with like this plus any level 4 like Celtic Sage. Or you can use Archfiend if you want. So you can go like this plus 2 Multiplying Karibos. There's like just like so many ways you can actually make this. Then we have the D-Mod and the Dragoon. I'm only playing Master of Chaos at the moment for just until we get the retrain Paladin, because it's not released yet, unfortunately. I think maybe I'll actually even play this, because you can actually make some cool plays with this if you play it. You can put enough buds on the board to actually even be able to make like a Zena with Firewall under it, so you can spin 2 cards back, and you can actually mill whatever you want and then add it back to your hand, right? So that's quite insane. With Curtain, everything is possible. And then the other thing is you can actually put up both Dragoon and the new Paladin as well in like the Link Spam stuff. And yeah, this is just like normal Link Spam, minus the Curious, which is not usually played as part of a Link Spam because it's a new card. But I think this card is still very good. I do summon this sometimes, and it's just like unaffected, and I just keep it on the field, and it's just like opponent can't out anything because everything is unaffected. I have like Dragoon on the board plus like one of my rituals plus this. It's quite insane. And you go Curtain, summon another one to make this gain its 3rd effects, and yeah. And the Curtain gets basically added back with this. So yeah, aside from this, I don't think there are any other changes. It's just like minor changes. You add like the 3rd Curtain if you want. You can play 2 still, but 3 is definitely better because this deck is just super boosted up by Curtain. So let's actually take a look at the new Dark Paladin. Okay. Now I have actually looked at this, so I know what it does. Konami has revealed a new Dark Paladin coming in September and the original artwork. So this is the original artwork collection in OCG coming in September 26. This pack will feature new cards based on monsters played in that played iconic roles in the original series. This also actually includes the manga style cards. Yeah, that's very cool. Because that means we might actually get Red Eye support. What do you guys think? Most likely we will, right? And then maybe they can make Dark Time Wizard better. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping they would give us like the final card be like Red Eye support, but they didn't. I think Red Eye is as a deck on its own, it's not playable. But yeah, on its own it's not playable. But if you splash it with other decks like Chaos and stuff, it can be very good. Especially like the Dark Time Wizard spell and like the Foolish Trap is insane. They do have very good cards, but they don't actually have a real deck. That's the problem. So yeah, this is interesting. We'll see like what they actually give us. Maybe like new Blue Eyes support as well. So Dark Paladin Wave Motion. So I believe this is the Dark Paladin that actually beats the Blue Eyes Ultimate in the Battle City against Kaiba. Level 8 Dark Spellcaster. Okay, I think the original was also a level 8. Let's see. Dark Paladin. Because sometimes they do change the levels, like they did with like the hero cards with like Infernal Rage. But yeah, the original was also level 8, and same attack and defense as the original. This is good because you can also play it with Branded, and you won't get locked out of summoning this. You can both summon Dragoon and this if you want. Yeah. Dark Magician plus 1 level 7 or higher monster. This is very good because this is also a Super Poly target. If we look at Super Poly, there are people who say Super Poly should get banned or like limited to 1. I disagree. I think only bad players would say that because Super Poly is never an issue. You can lose to Super Poly sometimes, but it's not Super Poly that's the issue. Like, sometimes you just open bad, or like your board is not good enough, and most of the time you actually misplay yourself, and you put up a board that is gonna get Super Polyed. You can play around Super Poly in so many ways. They actually gave us even like ways just to counter Super Poly. And I make that these plays a lot, so I don't lose to Super Poly ever. I've never lost to Super Poly actually with Chaos. I think. So this card right here, I think is very healthy for the game, regardless of what anyone says. I think everyone is wrong who says this card needs to get banned. They gave a lot of new supports and new archetypes that actually play around Super Poly. They have lots of layered interruptions. They have traps in the back row. They can summon from the hand, which is something they've done a lot recently. Blitzclique, Chaos, whatever. And then things that trigger in the grave. Like, you don't usually care about Super Poly. And the thing is, they respect the fact that Super Poly is almost always going to be there. They want Super Poly to stay, and I'm okay with this. I actually love that idea. If we look at Cell Phone Magician, you guys remember this card, right? When they revealed this card in the new Overframes stuff, this was a turn 0 enabler for Xyz. Then they gave us Synchro Emergency. This was a turn 0 play for Synchros. I might actually revisit this card. I do miss this card. It was kind of fun to play. And then we were expecting like a Fusion turn 0, like they gave Xyz and Synchro, but they didn't give us that. What did they give us? They gave us the Flame Wingman. Now, this was not a turn 0 play. It was a Super Poly target. In addition to this, this actually was a hero card, because you can see it says it's always treated as an elemental hero, and that also like gives you additional plays. These effects it has are not specifically for heroes. What they meant by this is they want this to be used in heroes, but it's super generic as well. They want you to use it in other decks, fusion decks specifically, which is why they printed this card. 2 monsters, same attribute, different types. Same type, different attributes. And the effects, you can use them with any deck. There's no locks. There's nothing that specifically says it has to be heroes. Perfect. Nice. And they also gave us Flare Wingman. Flare Wingman in the same set. So this was another Super Poly target. 1 fusion monster plus 1 face-up monster on the field, always treated as elemental hero. Look at the effect. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can shuffle 5, draw 2. Effect sucks, yes, but it's generic. You can use it in any deck, there's no locks. So they are giving you Super Poly targets, and they recently actually gave us Invoke supports. If we looked at the Invoke supports, Invoke the Anima, 1 Alistair monster plus 1 monster special summon from the extra deck. This is a Super Poly target, and Branded already has Super Poly targets, and now they're giving Dark Magician Super Poly targets. I like the direction they're going in, because what they want to do with this is they want to give all of these like fusion decks their own Super Poly targets, so they don't have to play super generic stuff like Garura and Moon Dragon and so on. You can play your own archetype Super Poly. So when you go Super Poly, you don't summon some random shit that everyone is summoning. You summon something exclusive to your archetype, right? Like Dark Paladin, the Invoke the Anima, and so on. I love that. And then with heroes, they will obviously not summon Invoke the Anima or this, right? And they can't even play this because they have locks with heroes, so they will summon their own Flare Wingman or whatever. This is really fun for the game, right? And it's very good as well. So I really like this as well. Very, very good that they're going in that direction. Super Poly should stay at 3, but if they semi-limit it, I'm also fine with this. But do not limit the card or ban it. That will be the stupidest thing ever. You cannot ban that card, which is healthy for the game, and then keep Maxi, right? So it must be Fusion Summon, and also it's a go in second card, right? We need go in second more because go in first is obviously too strong. So the more go in second stuff we get, the better. And that's why they give us like Mind Mirror Force and so on, and I love that. So it must be Fusion Summoned. This is interesting. So if you summon this with Gaze, it's actually treated as a Fusion Summon, which means it will be summoned properly and you can revive it from the grave. But there's an issue with this card itself. So this says this is treated as a Fusion Summon with the Eye of Mice. This says must be Fusion Summoned, which means I read this wrong incorrectly like the first time. You cannot revive this back with Charmer, right? I missed this line completely. There must be Fusion Summoned. I was really excited for this card. This is a play we make with Dragoon, where you link off Dragoon and then you revive it back with this and recycle its effects. And it also makes it that it cannot be super poly. That's the other thing that I was talking about that I usually make. I go Charmer and then I revive back my Dragoon so it can't get super polyed. Because this says it cannot be used as material. So again, super poly, not a threat to most decks. Maybe some old decks that get new support, they still lose to super poly, like Rockets maybe, because you can just set Albaz and they go into Albalanetus, bye-bye. You don't even need like super poly for that, but yeah. And super poly hurts them a lot, but these decks suck, right? The deck inherently sucks. Just play a different deck. There's new decks, that deck is old as shit. It's obviously going to lose to these old cards. So this Charmer actually is very, very good, but it cannot revive this, unfortunately. So let's read the effects. Gains 500 attack for each other monster on the field. I will actually read the second effect as well. Can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. These two effects together make this card very good to begin with, okay? Now, obviously, this will not be enough on its own, but as a starter for this card, this is good because think about this scenario, okay? This card will always be at least 3,400 because if you only control this card and the opponent controls at least one monster, this will be 34, which means it's bigger than 3k. There's a lot of monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! That are 3k. You can think about Swordman. Black Gas is 28, so you can swing over him without even having to gain the 500 anyway. But this can attack over all of these monsters, which makes a huge difference because if you attack over their Swordman, you will turn off their Mind Shuffle. And then against other decks, you can attack like over Blue Eyes, their boss monsters, whatever. This will be very, very big, right? As a starter, it's going to be 34, but then it can also go up to 4k, 5k, even 6k. Now, the max you can get with this is like if you control 4 other monsters on your board. Let's say you have multiple Multiplying Karibos, you just summon Multiplying Karibos over and over. And then you go Gaze at the end, summon this. This is, if you flood your monster zones, main monster zones, that's going to be 4 monsters, and then this will be the 5th. It doesn't count itself. So it's going to be gaining 2,000 from your own monsters. Then let's say your opponent has at least one monster on the board. 2,500 he's going to be gaining, which puts this card at over 5,000 attack. I think 5,400. That's insane. This card can basically attack over any tower in the game, except Luster. Luster is too broken, but it can attack over Liger. Now, Liger can nuke this, yes, but if they use the nuke effect, you can just go for this and attack over Liger. And you can actually attack for game, even, if they control enough monsters. We're going to read the other effects in a second. But first of all, this is going to be used as a way to actually OTK. So this is a go in second card, but you can also use it going first. I like this because Dragoon is what you want to summon going first, and then you summon this going second, okay? I will read the other effects first before I talk about Dragoon with this. But this, the fact that it can attack all monsters once each, means that even if they put new monsters on the board, like Multiplying Karibou, you can actually attack over that as well. Now, be careful with Multiplying Karibou because it can actually reduce this to 0, which is really funny. So just be careful with that. But aside from this, like, this is very good. You can easy OTK your opponents. You just attack over all their big monsters first, and then you attack over the weakest ones, just so you make sure it's always bigger than your opponent's cards. Yeah, very, very good 2 effects here to OTK. I love that. And then this right here, once per turn, soft once per turn. It's only going to get crazier here. When your opponent activates a spell card or a spell effect, quick effect, you can negate that effect, and then you can destroy one card on the field. This is very good. Now, it's only negating a spell, and I like that. You don't want to slap Omnis on everyone, and there's already Dragoon that exists. If you give this guy an Omni negate, everyone is going to be playing that with Dragoon, right? Because it's just going to be one of these like demod into Gaze, and then you get this on the field, and it's an Omni plus all of this, so it can also be used to OTK. It's going to be better than Dragoon. I don't think that's gonna be good. You want people to actually play this in like its intended archetype, or like sub archetypes. Like you can play like Chaos, Dark Magician. They're related because they're both Yugi's decks and so on. But you don't want to play it in random decks, right? Like Orcust. Fuck that deck. You don't want them to just slap this and have an Omni negate on top of that. Now this right here is actually still very good, even though it's not an Omni negate, because it's also negating a spell effect. There's lots of spell effects now. Like the invoked spells, the quick play that adds from the grave, you can negate that. You can negate the invocation adding back. You can negate the the chaos ritual spell, which can actually end their turn even sometimes, which is very, very good, right? And then the other thing is this negating spell cards. So this is negating the effect, not the activation. This makes a huge difference, because if we read something like Curtain states you can only activate one curtain per turn. You will feel horrible if you activate Dragoon to negate this, and then they activate another one, because Dragoon negates the activation. So instead, now you just negate the effect, and they can't activate another one. Now this works on not just Curtain, but anything that says you can only activate one card. One of this per turn. Yeah, so I love when they put this on effects. The only downside to this is it cannot be used in the damage step, while things that negate the activation like Dragoon can be used in the damage step. This effect does not care about damage step. I'm completely fine with this. This is actually the best effect, in my opinion, to put on the negates. With like something like this, right? Because sometimes you do want to negate in the damage step, but this is not one of these cards. So very good here that they can't activate another one. And then in addition to this, it also destroys a card on the field. Now this will, first of all, this on its own is actually very good because it's non-targeting destruction. But it also gets better if you read this effect. Any card in any graveyard that was sent there because it was destroyed by either this card's effect or battle with this card cannot activate its effects. If I'm not mistaken, the way this works is if you, let's say, activate this effect, you negate a spell and then you pop one of their cards. Let's say we pop Skull Archfiend, okay? So with Skull Archfiend, this, when it's popped, or when it goes to the graveyard, it's gonna trigger to add and do some stuff. If it's popped by this effect, because of this, it's actually not gonna trigger in the grave. Then, I think this is how it works. It also cannot use the first effect to shuffle back and summon itself, because it's applying this effect to the card itself in the grave, right? But if you get another Archfiend, I think you can still use it. You can use both effects, because this only applies this to the card that was actually destroyed, it doesn't mention the card's name itself. It doesn't say cards with that name cannot activate. It says this card cannot activate, right? Yeah. So I think that's how it works. They can't use either of its effects. You know who this really fucks over? Unchained. Because all of the Unchained cards actually trigger in the grave. If you go Unchained here, when they're destroyed by battle or like card effect, they actually trigger. Which means this will make it so that they cannot trigger. In addition to this can attack over everything, right? So you can go battle phase, attack over everything. They cannot trigger anything from that. And if they activate a spell, you negate and then pop something, and anything destroyed by this you cannot activate. That's insane. Against a lot of decks, this is going to be ridiculous. So I think this card is actually very good. Is it better than Dragoon? I saw some people ask. Definitely not. I don't think there's anything that's going to top Dragoon. Dragoon is like super custom. You cannot say anything. I don't care if it's like, new cards, fun. It's just, I'm not going to lie to you and say it's better than Dragoon. This is by far most custom card ever printed, or one of the most custom cards. First of all, the summon, like the condition, is actually not that hard. You just need Dark Magician plus a dragon. Now you can't use it on like, you know, against every deck, but it can be used as super poly targets. Now this deck did not really have a proper super poly target, because if we look at Dark Magician here, this requires a dragon specifically, okay? Not every deck has dragons. Maybe Cool Tune can have like Zalin, but their other cards are not dragons. So if you control Dark Magician, you can't always super poly them and go into this. This right here is a super poly target, but it doesn't do anything on the opponent's turn, right? You can add multiple Incredible maybe and like stop lethal possibly, but you know, you want to actually go into something like Dragoon and then you use its effect, then you banish it, go into Demon, or use this by summoning it by its own effect to banish, instead of actually going super poly for this. So we didn't really have a proper super poly target, but now we do. This right here. Very, very good. I do like that, first of all. And then if we read Dragoon here, this has loss of protection, which this card does not. This card, you can see, like, has no destruction protection, no targeting protection, nothing. Right? So you have to use this like at the end to OTK your opponent. You can use it first sometimes if you have other ways to protect your cards from this getting like destroyed or banished. Because if I give you an example here, if you play against Chaos and they have no Fallen Virtuous, you can actually just summon this, and they don't actually chain Luster to like stop this immediately, and they don't know what you're going into. Yeah, they would think maybe you go into Dragoon, and Dragoon cannot be targeted, so they will not tag out into Luster. You summon this, and then you just attack over all their stuff, and that's gonna be insane. If they activate the spell, you just negate. Actually, yeah, if they activate like Fallen Virtuous, you activate and then pop a card on the field. So yeah, that's gonna be insane, because they have to spin back their Black Chaos, summon Luster, then you get to pop their Mind Shuffle. Now, Chaos can actually play around that now, but that's just an example. But yeah, you can stack over everything basically, and they can't trigger anything. So this right here has protection, cannot be destroyed by card effects. Neither player can target this card with card effects. Then also has a burn effect, which can help you lethal and can be used up to twice. Usually only once, because you will not summon this with two normal monsters. You just go like Gaze on OG Dark Magician is like the only way you can make this live. So you burn, and then you can also negate. It's a free Omni Negate. You just discard, negate the activation, and then destroy that card. And then you can attack, gain 1000 attack, and then you can attack for 4k, plus the burn effect that you already have. So this is already like a really custom card. It's definitely not better than this, but there's no argument being made where you say like, oh, well, this will not be played over Dragoon. That makes no sense, because you will play both, right? And at least a lot of decks that are going to be using this. If you want to have this like way to OTK, and also these effects are actually very insanely powerful. I will not give up. I will not say Dragoon is always better than this, because Dragoon can be good as like a soloing card, but this card right here actually just can out your opponent's entire board. And against certain matchups, this is just a free win for you, right? So I do think this card's very insane. Heck, Super Poly target for, yeah. Super Poly to Mayas, Red Eyes, Dark Magician. Yeah, about this, I don't think this is true. I don't think Dark Magician is a real deck. Not yet. They are still missing a lot. Like the deck doesn't do enough on its own. But this is a good first step for Dark Magician. With Chaos, it's super broken, right? So yeah, we will be testing this card when it comes to Edo Pro. But yeah, let's look at hop into some replays, because that was a long gap. Like I said, I will most likely cut either Master of Chaos or Medicurious. Okay, so let's watch this one. Actually, let's watch this one against Blitzclique. This guy was such a loser, guys. Out of all the people I've played against on here, this was the biggest loser out of all of them. Like, no cap. This guy was unbelievably just ridiculous with the things he was saying. He basically, in the second duel, I'll show you. Okay, so first duel, there was no talking, we were just playing, because he went first. So he goes Lightning Crash, he goes for this, sure, summons Blitzclique. Yeah, I guess everyone's on this like Floodgate now. The Lightning Rod Lord, sure, okay. Card sucks. Now, I have lots of spells in my hand, but it doesn't really matter that much. I can actually play around this easily. All you have to do is just go Battle Phase, Main Phase 2, and then all your spells are live. Because this is only main 1, right? And then the other thing is like, if they survive, they're like, oh, I survived, I can just win the front. No, you can't. It's chaos, right? So it doesn't matter. Also, look at this. He has breakaway and purge. I go curtain in the draw phase to play around this. So what's the fucking point of this, right? Yeah, I go curtain. He has purge, unfortunately, which I can't activate. This is what I'm talking about, like when it negates the effect. This does not negate the activation, so I can't activate the other curtain in my hand. And that makes a huge difference sometimes, right? But in this case, like, it's whatever, who cares? Because now I can just go Souls. Look at this. Souls dump the Black Chaos, and because we opened the Ritual Soul, the full combo, right? It is a 1.5 card, well, it's a 2 card combo, actually. But you're going to see that a lot. So I'm going to send the other curtain because it's not usable, and then send the Ritual Spell, and draw 2. And now we have more plays. Plus, I have a Blink play with Anima. Anima can suck this up to get rid of it. And then I can go Ritual Spell, add this back, full combo, and yeah, like, it's GG. I don't even have to, like, go battle phase to out this shitty board. Look at this. For some reason, the idiot pops. Okay. What a loser. Then we are... Look at this. Goes grain, adds back. Like, you just fuck now. I have a battle phase, so I'm actually going to kill you this turn now. And he realized and he scoops, okay? Look at this, guys. Do you guys know what's happened here? He made me go first, okay? Because it's Blitzclique. The deck wants to go second. Let's actually look at this shitty deck. Yeah, this is ass. This is ass. He plays Purge and Harmonia. Alright, are you fucking stupid or are you stupid? So we're gonna activate Prolia in case he activates like a Harmonia or the Crackle. And then goes, if he pops with Crackle, he can also summon again. And then summon multiple times. So this actually just fucks him over. Because now if he has it, like, he's gonna have to give me draws. And if you give this deck draws, like, you might actually just straight up lose. Then I'm gonna activate this to play on Joel. And then I also have Called by the Grave. So we're gonna summon OG Dark Magician. Then we go into Demot. Now, I don't have a play at the moment, but once I get Souls is full combo with this. So I can grab Souls. I can also Link Climb if I really wanted to and I didn't have this. So we're gonna dump the Swordman. Look at this play I'm making, okay? I sense a toggle. I thought it was either Super Poly or Harmonia. Look at how I play around it, okay? I activate this to see if he has Imperm or the Harmonia, because if he goes Harmonia, like, it does nothing. I just chain, go into the Dragoon, and then he pops this, because he can't pop Dragoon, and then he can't spin back Dragoon with Cloud Boots, because it can't be targeted. So he can't actually do anything after that. Then we go into Cross Shape, I go Dragoon, and now I check whatever he has. And now I trigger Cross Shape, Revive, and then we get the Souls, we go add back. Here, you guys know what he did? You guys know what this loser did? He sat there until the timer was halfway. And there's like, I think I put 600 seconds on this. So he ran down like, I don't know, like 300 or something. Just to make me like leave, basically. Okay, because he knows he lost. He's a fucking loser, right? I actually stayed. Because I was like, you know what? You're a fucking loser. I'm not leaving, actually. I also want to save this replay. So, halfway, he actually continues. So, this is something some losers do where, like, they let the timer run down until, like, halfway or, like, before they lose. They have, like, a quarter of the time left. Then they click no. So, on the toggle. So, you can play, and now your timer runs down, and you think, you know, you've closed the tab or minimized it, and you're on something else now, and then you lose the duel because of that. So that's what this loser had to do, just to get a cheeky win, but I was literally right here. Like, I was not going to let this loser win. And I'm like, you're not going to win this, you fucking loser. And he started talking a lot of shit. He was like, it's something your mother, and I don't fucking know. He was like, I was busy with your mother. Like, sure you were. Sure you were. In your mom's basement, fucking 40-year-old, bro. Come on now. So I'm gonna play. I'm pissed now because he's trying to get like a cheeky win, and I know his deck fucking sucks. He got checkmated by the Dragoon. Now he's just being a fucking loser. So now he goes Protect Code Talker. We're gonna do this. Summon. Now, I messed up. If you see what happened. Hold on. Back. Here, I should have, before I linked off into Cross Shape, I should have went Anima first. And then Cross Shape. That way I have a link 1, so I can actually make the Protect Code Talker play, but then I realized, oh wait, I can't make it. And because he ran the timer down, I went Protect Code Talker without actually realizing I didn't have a link 1, because you know, he basically ruined the duel by doing that, because now I lost like all my focus because I was doing something else. So I make Protective Talker. I shouldn't have done that. Should have went into another link here. And then we summon this. Now I have to summon the Black Skull. Set this, and then we can go into the Medicurious. Yeah, you fucking loser. Look at this, guys. You guys think he will win or not? What do you guys think? Yeah. First of all, look at this, guys. Not only is he a loser, but he's also the worst player I've ever seen. He goes Imperm on Medicurious. Do you have two? You just need one brain cell to read its on effect. Just one brain cell. That's all you need. And he just doesn't have it. Yes. Okay. You need only half a brain cell to know you can't fall in the Virtuous this because this protects. And he doesn't have it. Alright. What about quarter of a brain cell? What about a quarter? Come on, guys. Does he have a quarter of a brain cell? Nope, he doesn't. He goes voltage on. You just. Okay. Oh my god. You just saw me spin back Black Chaos with my Shovel. Okay? And you know I have spin back and forth. Even a toddler would know. If you target this, I'll just spin it back again. Nope, he doesn't. Not even a quarter of a brain cell. Alright. 0.1% brain cell. Nope, doesn't have it. Targets by Black Chaos again? What the fuck? This guy sucks, bro. There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. I mean, if you activate any of these shitty cards, I will... And then you chain fall on the Virtuous to my Mind Shuffle, I just negate it with Dragoon. And then you lose anyway, you fucking loser. He scopes. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, alright? I wish you can like actually block players so you just never play against them again. This guy was just ass. Alright, let's see this one against Mitsurugi Chaos. I didn't know he was actually on Chaos here. I did later on in the duel. So I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go, for this we go Celtic Mystic to draw, and then I'm gonna chain this. Now, okay, I didn't mean to discard the Archfiend here. I waited for a bit because I was doing something. I'm always multitasking. And then I come back and I'm like, use Mind Shuffle, so I discard. I discarded this, and I realized, oh shit, I actually don't have anything to reveal to draw 3. So I should have actually drawn into this. I mean, this is whatever, but... Yeah, I definitely don't discard the Archfiend here. Should have discarded the Farah, perhaps. Now, I can actually make a better play. Okay, you guys look at this. Add back the Ritual Spell, then we go Souls. Souls is gonna, because we hard open the Farah, what I can do is, I can first of all go for this, and then I can send the Mind Shuffle and this to draw 2. Then I can get this back from the graveyard. Now, I did not use the Ritual Spell to add back. I summoned the Black Chaos off of the Celtic Sage, which means I still have the Ritual Spell engraved to use the effect. I only added it back with this so I can dump it and draw an additional card. Actually, yeah, I was tempted to go for this first. Okay, look at this. We go for this, we set. I can also set another Ritual Spell, but I want this interruption instead. Then I can go Souls, send both. Nice. You like that play, guys? Because now I am going to go Ritual Spell, add back Mind Shuffle, and then I can reveal it with Farah, and now I have a spell speed 4. Nice. Go Anima, and I went Anima here, but I maybe should have went maybe SP. What do you guys think? SP, and then keep this on the field. But then we want the... Yeah, okay, actually this is correct. Yeah, I wanted to make room for the Farah, and then I wanted this on the field because I can only summon once from the X deck because of Celtic. So now I can go Gaze on this, and I can keep another level 7 or higher on the field. And then we summon this to shuffle back and pass. So now we go Gaze immediately. He goes Prayers. I'm going to chain Mind Shuffle. He can't respond. So reason I actually do this is in case they have droplets or something. No, droplet doesn't matter. This board actually cannot be dropleted. But if he has like Super Poly or something he wants to chain to the Prayers, this actually cuts him off immediately. Anytime he uses anything, I just chain Mind Shuffle, and now he can't activate because you can't respond to Mind Shuffle, right? So it's super broken where like you can't go multiple times in the chain, like chain stuff to your own cards. So now, this is like the Attal effect, right? Attal effect, you can't chain to your own cards. That's insane. So we're gonna summon here, then he's gonna add. Okay, that's fine. Goes Havoc here, we spin back just so he can't chain anything. Summon Celtic, draw 3. And you can see I actually don't care about having only one level 7 or higher because he can't respond to Mind Shuffle. And I can also establish another one if I want with the Black Skull Dragon. Yep. I didn't really care about discarding Farah here with the Mind Shuffle to revive her. And then we're gonna negate the Ritual because he needs a Kusanagi in hand to normal summon if he wants to make that play. Otherwise, if I let this go through, he goes Kusanagi, add back, and it's just, yeah, he just still summons Murakumo. And I don't want that to happen, so I know he has Mirror, so now, look at this, okay? We summon Luster, in case he wants to go Murakumo, which he does. Now we banish the Murakumo, he nukes the rest of the field, he makes me discard, I spin back, cut the chain. Summon Black Chaos, and now he nukes everything except these two, which is completely fine. Then I discard the Ritual Spell. Nice. And then we add back the curtain, so now my Skull Dragon is still alive. And then we can just spin back, cut the chain again, summon the Skull Dragon, and start setting my cards. I have no more interruptions, but I do have Multiplying Kuriboh, and he just can't kill me this turn. It's impossible. He goes Ritual Spell, and I'm like, okay, this guy's on Chaos. But like you can see, like the pre-prep is not that great. Like you get access to Chaos, but like you have no Mind Shuffle. So this actually makes no difference. It doesn't really help you at all. So now he just, yeah, targets me. I think what he should have done is probably target the Mind Shuffle. So I have to spin back summon this, and then he attacks over it, gains 15, attacks over this. Yeah. And then I can still summon this, and I still have my Luster alive if I want to, because I can just discard Curtain and summon it. But then he would have to use up his Battle Phase, and he loses on the following turn. So we set Chaos out, he goes Battle Phase for some reason, we gain 4k, reduce him by 800. So I gain 800. And then he is gonna scoop, okay. And then this is game 2. Now we know he's on Branded Chaos. So, actually wait, is this the same guy? Prover, this guy was... Oh, it's actually a different guy. This guy only played one game, I guess. Alright. In that case, where's game 1 for this, actually? I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. So this is Branded Chaos. This guy opened Luster, Fua, Talent, Harmonia, and Cartesia. Okay. So I'm going first. I'm gonna Parolia first in case he summons from hand. Actually, it was him going first. And I used Parolia. So now if he gives me draws to go like Cartesia fused with this into Gragnol, he will give me draws here. And this doesn't play into Talents. So, yep, now it's my turn. He goes Fua, but Fua doesn't matter against my deck. So I'm going to immediately mill a Black Chaos because I have Ritual Spell in hand. So then we go Activate Souls, dump these two to get this engraved, and now I can add back the Black Chaos immediately. It plays better under Joel. Then we're going to go Mind Shuffle, and then we are going to go add Skull Dragon, discard Archfiend, and add a Luster, and now we can discard this, set a Ritual Spell directly. You can't really Harmonia, because Harmonia doesn't really do anything here. Now, okay. Why did I do this? I actually played around Bell. So, I summoned this first to set a Ritual Spell in case he wants to Bell my Ritual Spell, because I did feel a toggle, but it was just Harmonia. And then I can continue playing, like, through that. And I can still summon the Archfiend. I think I can just stack for game as well, if he had the Bell. Nice. Then game 2. This time, he's also going first. Actually, no, he made me go first, I guess. Wait, was that the same guy? I keep getting... Yes, it was, okay. Yes, so this was game 2, actually. So I'm gonna go first. And then I'm gonna go Souls. Why would you make me go first, though? I don't understand that. I guess you want to side an Ogre or Supoli, or... What happened here? Lava Golem? Really? Evenly matched? Why not go first? I can't remember, to be honest, what happened, but okay. So, again, we're gonna make that play. This play is so broken, guys. When you open, like, Ritual Spell plus Souls, like, Souls is just gonna fully unbrick your hand, right? Because this stands for costs, right? So they can't impermanent. They will be impermanent the draw instead. So now I'm gonna go sets with the Greyfoot Plant Ogre, which he does play, we just confirmed that. Then we're gonna go Celtic Mystic to draw 3, and then we're gonna discard with Tribute, summon the Black Chaos. Now we can go add back Chaos Hats, and then we were also checking him with like the Chaos Hat stuff. So if he had hand traps, he would be checked, but he doesn't. He opened Talents both games, huh? So we're gonna summon the Archmage, then we can go Curtain for OG Dark Magician, add a Gaze, and then we can link off into SP, and then we can set, reveal Chaos Hats, and pass. Okay, so opponent top decks a Mind Shuffle. Does he play 2 Mind Shuffles or 1? Should be on 2. Oh my god, this guy's insane. This guy has lost his mind, guys. He's playing 1 Mind Shuffle, guys. Do you guys think he's gonna win or not? What do you guys think? With 1 Mind Shuffle. He drew it. I love when 1 Mind Shuffle players draw the 1 Mind Shuffle, because then, you know, it shows them how much their deck sucks if they play 1 over 2. I'd rather draw the Mind Shuffle and then have 1 still in deck here. That's exactly why we play 2. So now his deck is just turned off. Like, he's just fucked. It's just absolutely fucked now. So I'm actually going to take control of his Moon Dragon to make my Black Cast untargetable. Okay, and then we are going to declare Dark. Now, this also means he can't target Dark cards that he controls as well, if he wants to do that. So we spin back the Pharah, and then we summon the Celtic Sage. Draw 3. And then this will, unfortunately, my Chaos Hats is not live because this is here. So I'm going to spin back, summon the Luster, and then I was worried he would summon the OG Albaz, which is why I tagged out here, just to make him summon this instead. But maybe I should have just not banished here and just, like, you know, spun this back again, and then spun back again. But I wasn't sure if he was on a TCG deck or he was playing like something like Victim Sanct. So this is a TCG deck. Victim Sanct would be annoying because then I can't actually activate Mind Shuffle. He would just chain to Mind Shuffle and then get rid of me, which is why I didn't do that. And then he also had another Albaz anyway, so I'm going to actually go Multiplying Karibo to get access to the Spell Shattering Sword. So we are going to grab that here, and then let's see what he does. So here he actually summons Cartesia. I grabbed Grifo so I can set Spell Shattering Sword, because the issue was he would go negate Mind Shuffle. I don't know why I didn't set it actually. I probably should have. Because if he negates... Oh yeah, I see why. It's because if he negates it, I just set another Mind Shuffle. If he doesn't and he goes for something else like this, I can actually set Spell Shattering Sword. So I was waiting for him to actually use the effect, which he does now. Now I can spin back, and I can chain the Grifo, so if he summons Granganol, I can actually negate it with the Spell Shattering Sword. So we go Granganol, so I kept the Grifo in hand to make him think that, okay, you know, I can just set another Mind Shuffle if you want to negate and destroy it. So yeah. We're gonna go Spell Shattering Sword now and negate this. The thing I was scared of is actually Cloud Beast. If he sends Cloud Beast, he can spin back my Mind Shuffle and have no other Grifos in hand. So he goes Black Chaos now, again. Your Mind Shuffle is in hand, so your deck sucks now. Okay, now I'm gonna be forced to summon the Black Chaos here. He goes Talents to draw, that's fine. I summon Luster, so he doesn't attack over my Black Chaos. And then he is just keep the Luster. He summons... Guys, what do you think would have happened if he had Mind Shuffle in the deck? Another Mind Shuffle. Black Chaos plays Mind Shuffle, activate Mind Shuffle, and then get access to all your plays. And then you can Ritual Summon. Add Luster, Ritual Summon. Would he have won? What do you guys think? I don't know if he actually would have won, but maybe. Yeah. That's why you don't play 1 Mind Shuffle. You're crazy, bro. So I had to do this just so he doesn't banish, and if he goes Battle Phase, he loses. Because now I win the grind game. 1,000,000 bajillion %. You cannot win the grind game against my deck. Look at my hand as well. Yeah, you lose. Set Mind Shuffle, sure. You lost. Okay, he's gonna add, go Fallen Virtuous. Why the fuck would you do that? Why not just set Mind Shuffle, bro? I mean, set the Fallen Virtuous. Then you can use it on the following turn. I guess he wanted to make that play to fuse, but like, this makes no difference whatsoever. Because now you go Mind Shuffle, and I was worried this would be another Fallen Virtuous that he had, which is why he made that play. So I was holding off on the Gaze, because then he can steal my OG Dark Magician. But because he confirmed now that it's Mind Shuffle, I just go Gaze. And now if he uses the Mirror Jade, I just negate and destroy it. And then this also has a burn effect. So I can actually burn him for 25, and then I can actually attack for game as well. he will have to force me out, and then I can out all of his other plays without having to worry about anything else. Look at this. I have to kill him this turn, and I will. So we're gonna negate his Mirror Jade, because he will obviously nuke everything, and it can negate my, banish, pop my rituals. So I'm gonna go Archfiend, force out his Windbrom, so he summons it with nothing. He doesn't have any more targets, I'm pretty sure, that's why I did this. Yep, he has Dogma, but he can't fuse. Wait, actually he can fuse. Why didn't he go Dogma, right? It would trigger this, maybe that's why he didn't want to do it, because it would trigger that, but then you can just shuffle back whatever I summon, right? His OG, oh, yeah, actually, wait, he's an idiot. I forced out Windbrom to make him summon the Fallen of Albaz, but he didn't summon this one, he summoned this, instead of the other one. Should have summoned the other one, right? And then discard this, fuse with these, go into Dogma, and the Dogma is unaffected. I can still out the entire board, but you still have Mirror Jade, right? Which can nuke the field if I don't destroy, if I don't OTK you this turn. I mean, I will with the Link Climb stuff, but he was, honestly, he was checkmated. He was 100% checkmated because I think he knew I had Chaos Hats, I think. I revealed it with Far, like last turn. And then I summoned this, so if he goes Albaz Diffuse, I just go Chaos Hats to check it. That's, okay, that makes sense, that's why I did this play. Yeah, he's checkmated, damn. Yeah, we just would negate the Albaz, and then we win. Because now he also gives me all of these plays. Look at this. Now I can basically search whatever spell I want. You can see I searched Talents, Called By, and Fallen the Virtuous. Then we go Corrupted Ritual, grab a Greyfoot to play on maybe an Ogre, if he has it. He spins back to get rid of my Mind Shuffle, but like this, doesn't really do anything. Because I just chain Mind Shuffle now, and then I don't really need Mind Shuffle anymore. They win. Discard Archfiend, add a Black Chaos. And then we can go Ritual Spell, add back the Swordman, and then we can go into Demod by banishing the Call By, grab a Multiplying Rainbow, and then go for this, place another Mind Shuffle, and then go Ritual Spell. Now if he chains anything, I can just spin back here. And this is why I win. Look at this. Add back Fallen the Virtuous, now he's checkmated. Because now I go banish this with the Black Chaos. If he chains Mind Shuffle, I go Fallen the Virtuous, pop it. So he can't chain. And then he just lets it get banished. Now I go Far, reveal the Fallen the Virtuous. So now at no point can he actually do anything, because he can't respond with anything, even if he has something to summon. If he spins back, he loses. I can go Fallen the Virtuous. He can't respond to Fallen the Virtuous now. So I immediately go Fallen the Virtuous, pop this now, if he lets this resolve. And he loses. And if he chains to this, he doesn't even have Virtual Spell Grip. But if he chains to this, I just go Fallen the Virtuous, pop this. Then he has 3 monsters on the board. I'm not locked into anything. I'm going to Link Climb for lethal. I also have the burn effect. So I burn this for 25. And then I just have... He has 2 monsters on the board, which I can easily destroy with this, right? Yeah. And he scoops. Cool. What else? And then final one against... What is it? Zombies? Actually, that's not the final one. I think I have another one as well. Your local Ween. Okay. So we're gonna go Multiplying Karibo, and the response is Uni-Zombie. We're gonna trigger the Multiplying Karibo, and his response is other effects. We're gonna grab a Grifo. Goes Bloom. We are gonna let him search, and then go Grifo, just so he doesn't know what we're trying to do. So we're gonna go Mind Shuffle, and then add a Archfiend, add Black Chaos instead of Luster. You always want to go Black Chaos in this scenario when you have the tag and tag out with the Skull Dragon. Set Spell Shattering Sword, spin back some Black Chaos, add back the curtain we discarded. Nice. And then we can just spin back some Skull Dragon again. Just infinitely summon it. Gain so much advantage off this. And set a Chaos Hat from the deck. And then if he activates anything again, we're going to spin back some Black Chaos. He plays Eldritch. Eldritch can actually out the Mind Shuffle to stop this play, because it doesn't pop or banish, it sends to the grave to play around the Mind Shuffle. These are the only 2 things that can beat Mind Shuffle. Spinning back to the hand, or deck, and then sending to the grave. So now I just go Skull Dragon, set another Mind Shuffle. Now I have both Mind Shuffles in hand, unfortunately. But what does he do now? Like, we still have Multiplying Karibo he has to out, we still have Spell Shattering Sword and the Chaos Hats. So yeah, what do you do? Okay, let's see what he has. He has this to like negate effect of your opponent's banished monsters, I guess. If a monster is fetched from the graveyard, or a monster effects activated in the grave, you can target one other face-up monster on the field, change stack to 0, and negate it. Okay, so that's one option. Then he can use this. If you control Zombie or Call the Hunted, target one monster your opponent controls, send to the grave. He does have Call the Hunted here, so he can revive something from the grave as well. Okay, I'm not sure what you're reviving of this. And then he has this, which is, if he activates Call of the Haunted, he's gonna target a monster your opponent controls and send it to the grave. Okay, and then I think he has some other interruptions as well. Then he has the Xyz. During your opponent's main phase, you can detach 2 materials from this card, and then suck an attack position monster, or 1 monster in their grave. Okay, yeah, so I win, basically. Go Curtain for OG Dark Magician, add Gaze, we go Demod in defense, just so this can't suck it up. He attempts to suck up my Archfiend. And now I chain Multiplying Craven. Now he attempts to revive. Now I just go Spell Shattering Sword and get this, so he doesn't suck up Archfiend. Then he goes for this, send this, doesn't matter, I go chain Dragoon, and now whatever he activates, he just gets negated. He attempts to actually, because he revived from grave, he triggers this to attempt to negate Dragoon, but you can't target Dragoon. So he has to negate his own card. And you have to negate this, because he wants to trigger this, I think? No, he doesn't. Okay. So he has to use this now. Goes into an Xyz. Doesn't matter. I just negate this. I know he has nothing else. And then I have all of this. Now Souls actually sends Mind Shuffles to the grave to draw 2, and then I can place it back with Black Chaos. Broken, right? And then... Okay, I guess Branded Chaos here. Branded Chaos with Aliber? What? Okay. Sure. So he is gonna go add Brand Fusion, and then goes Windbrum, and then sets and passes? Really? On this? What in the world is this play? What? Hello, Lubellion? Did you not discover Lubellion, or what? Is that like too futuristic for you, or what? He doesn't play it. That's insane. How do you even play Branded Chaos with Branded Fusion? No Lubellion. Okay, bro. So he has, I guess, Mind Shuffle. He has Emperor. Mind Shuffle's not even doing anything at the moment. Called by. Okay, sure. Infinite Impermanence. It's actually a horrible board, I'm not gonna lie. He actually completely left after the Soul. So we're gonna go no Multiplying Cravo and then go into Anima. My hand's actually quite bad, so I'm gonna go Banish, go Luster, banish his back row. He goes Call by on OGDM, which is fine. Then we're gonna attack over his monsters. And we are gonna... Okay, he's gonna trigger this, that's fine. Then we are gonna go into SP, banish his Mind Shuffle, and then he's gonna trigger this, that's fine. I was thinking for a while, do I want to keep the Luster on the field, but I thought it'd actually just be better to do this. Additionally, what I could have done is I could have kept Chaos Hats in hand, and then I can go Mind Shuffle, add Skull Dragon, discard this to summon, and then I can spin it back with Mind Shuffle to summon the Luster, and I have tag and tag out with this, and I also have this for his Albas. So I'm gonna go, yeah, maybe I should have actually done that, but instead I make this play where I go Chaos Hats here. Because I knew he had Luster, and then there was one unknown, which I can check with the Chaos Hats. That's why I made this play, I think. Yep, so he goes Sword Souls, I just go Chaos Hats, negate it, and yeah. What now? Pops the Mystic Box, okay. Go Black Chaos, add back Mystic Box, and then he just, yeah, just passes, and now we spin everything face up. If he activates anything, we can go Mind Shuffle, spin back, and then summon one of these. I'm gonna add this back to the hand now. Now, if he responds, I just spin all of these back to my hand, these spells, and then summon Luster. He scoops. Okay. Yeah, I mean, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once we get the Dark Paladin, I will showcase it. I really want to test the card. I think the card looks very good. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Dark Paladin and this Dark Magician build. And thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.